Good evening. So in previous session, we have seen about list data type and tuple data type. So we have seen some of the properties of list and tuple. So list can store what? A group of elements. So we are having some properties for that list. That is what? It can store homogeneous values, sorry, heterogeneous type of values, and it is enclosed with what? Square brackets, open bracket and closed bracket. And there, if you want to insert none value, it is allowed. We can also increase the size of increase the size or decrease the size of the list. And list is what? Mutable. Mutable means which can be changeable. For a list, I can also use slice operator, and next replacement operator also can be used with the list. In the same way, if you are going to consider tuple, the main difference between a list and tuple is list is immutable and tuple is, sorry, list is mutable and tuple is immutable. Okay, so now today we are going to see about some other data types like range data type, next one set data type, frozen set, and dict data type. Okay, and also let us see about none also. So first let us see about a range data type. So in the name it says what? Range means what? From one to other. That means it is a group of values. Here also we are going to consider what? It is a group of values. But here if we want to see the definition of this range, it is used, generally it is used to generate a sequence of numbers. Okay, so I will, okay, so now see what is the use of when we have to use the sequence. So whenever you require a sequence, okay, a sequence of numbers. So range means what? Generally, for example, range, if I want to tell you 0 to 256, that means here what is meant by this 2? From 0 to and so on up to 256. Okay, in the same way here range is what? A sequence of numbers. That means if I ask you what is the range of 0 to 256, you are going to tell what? 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. In the same way we are having our range. So range is one data type. So to implement that, I am going to use a function called as range function. Okay, so now let us see how we are going to use this range. So the main syntax of this range is, I will show you the syntax first. So range of, here we can have three parameters. First one is start parameter, next one is stop parameter, next one is step parameter, same as we have seen in our slice operator concept. Okay, so generally here it is here we are having three arguments. Out of these three, two arguments are optional. That is what? First one is start is not compulsory and step is not compulsory, but the stop argument is compulsory. That means at least we can have, at least we should have one parameter. So sorry, one argument. That argument is which type? This is stop. So if you want to use start and if you want to use step also, we can use. So now let us see in detail about this range one by one. Okay, right, now let us see what are these three arguments. First one is what? Start. Range of what we are going to have? Three parameters. Start, next one is stop, next one is step. So start means, that means if we want to take a range of some values from one value to another value, a start argument is the starting number of that sequence. So this indicates what? Starting number of the sequence. So range gives you what? Sequence of values. Okay, starting number of the sequence. Okay, next if you want to see, okay, let us consider if you are not going to give this value. For example, here I am not giving any value. So by default if you are not going to use start, it will take 0 as a start value. Next, come to stop. So a stop argument is an upper limit. That means what? Here start is what? A lower limit of the sequence. The stop is what? Upper limit. That means if you are going to take 0 to 256, So the value will not be taken up to 256, it will take only up to 255. So a stop argument is what? Upper limit that generates which generates numbers up to this number. Okay, let us see with examples. Next, compulsory as stop has to be taken. Okay, let us say this is a last value. Last value. Next one is what? Step. Step means what? Already we know. If you are not going to take step value by default, the step value will be what? 1. Default 1. If you want to take steps, we can take 2 or 3 and so on. We can take any value. But default is what? Default is, we can consider it as what? 1. By default is 1. Okay. So if you want to take any step value on your own, we can take any value. If you are not going to take step value, it is what? Default. Already you know what is meant by step. Okay. So let us see all these things with examples. So first I am going to consider range only one argument. If I'm going to take only one argument, that argument is what? That argument is considered as stop. So if you want to see that one, let us see here. So whenever we are going to write this one, we are going to get some option called as stop. Okay. So anyway, so range of 10. What are the values we are going to get? I want the range of numbers up to 10. Okay. That means the range is what? 0, 10. So I will print this one. So to print the values, I have to take in what? For loop. So to print the values, I have to go to for loop. So here I am going to write what? For I in range of 10. I am going to take only up to 10. So just I want to print the value of I. Okay, right. Now see, just I am going to save this. Let us see what is the output of this program. So 1 minute. So see, what we got? 0 to 9. Already we told that stop means what? Up to, it will give stop minus 1. So what is the, if you are going to take only single argument in a range, it is what? Stop. So you are going to get the values up to what? Only 9. So if you are not giving any start index, it starts from where? 0. Okay. And if you are going to give stop values 10, the values that are going to be printed up to 9 only. You can observe here. Okay. Next, I will take two arguments. I will take two arguments. I want the values from 5. I need up to 15. I want up to 15. I want, so that I have to take 16. So see, it is giving 5 to 15. Here, if you observe these two group of numbers or list of numbers, you can observe what? A sequence of numbers are going to be generated. Okay. So what we can say, range, it is used to generate a sequence of numbers. Okay. But if you are going to see a list, we can store any number of values, any type of values. But if you are going to see the range, what happens? Here we should have only from a sequence of numbers are going to be taken. Next, I'm going to take step value also. Okay. Just I will take from, see here. Here step plays a major role. I will show you. So from 0 to 20 or 0 to 20, I want to print, so that I have taken stop value as 21. So just if I am not going to take anyone, you can observe what you are going to get all the values from 0 to 20. You can observe clearly. But now the concept is, I want to print an odd numbers, only odd numbers. Okay. Let us take from 1. Okay, starting from 1 to 20, I want to print odd numbers. So what happens if I take 1, what happens? All the values from 1 to 20 will be printed, but I will take what? 2. Step as 2. Then what happens? First 1 will be printed, 2 will not be printed, 3 will be printed, and so on. So you can observe now. 1 minute. Okay. So now see here what happens. Only odd numbers are printed. If you want to print only even numbers, then better go for what? Just here from 0 I want to take, and step is 2. Now you can get what? All odd numbers from 0 to 20. You can observe. Step means what? Already we have seen in list also, and in str also we have seen. Step means how many values you have to print from 0 to 21. Between 0 to 1 is one step, 1 to 2 is one step. That means what? Whatever the integers we are having here, the next number, if you want to go to next number, it is nothing but one step. If you want to jump to next other one, that means we require what, two steps. Okay, right. This is about the syntax of our range. Now here generally we have seen three different type of parameters for these arguments for this range. So here if you observe these three data types, here what happened, start is there, stop is there, step is there. That means start, stop, step. Here I have taken only integer values. So is it compulsory to take only integers? Yes. So range only works with integers. That means if you are going to take any other arguments like float or string or any other type, then we are going to get what, an error. For example, I will take let us take one value. I want up to 21.5 for example. So if you are trying to take any other value in any of these three parameters, then we are going to get what, some error saying what, type error. That means what, float object cannot be interpreted as an integer. That means whatever the values or arguments we are going to take inside this range, compulsory always it should be int type only. If you are trying to take any other type, here I am talking about types, so that we are going to get which error, type error. We are going to get type, because we are talking about type. Here which type should be there, only int type should be there, but you are going to write some other type, so we are going to get what, type error. So one point you have to remember is what, all the arguments of the range should be only integers. So you cannot take any float value or any other type. That may be in start, stop or step. Here I have taken only in stop. If you are going to take here, let us consider it is what, 21. Here I want to take 2.5. Same we are going to get what, we are going to get an error called as what, type error. See again same type of error. So cannot be interpreted as integer. That means it requires what, integer. But I am going to give it what, we can consider it as a floating point number. It should not be there. Okay. That means three arguments should be what, int type only. This is the first point. Next point is, if it is an integer, can we have positive and negative? Yes. Now let us see about those positive and negative. Okay, whether we have to take positive number or negative numbers. So the point is, we can take both positive numbers and negative numbers in all three arguments. So let us take, if I take negative values here and positive values here, what happens? We will see all the cases now. So first I will take positive numbers are completed. Now I will take what, negative numbers. So negative numbers I will take here, and I'm going to save and I'm going to execute. See, that means, okay, I will why it is not going to print anything, I will explain. First let us see what happens if you are going to take negative numbers. If I take minus 21 here and minus 1 here, so now see, you are going to get the values. So why it is going to be done, let us see. Right, next I will take minus 1 here. Okay, so it is not going to print anything. Now here I will take positive values and I will take, here I will take positive values and I'm going to take negative here, negative as step. So see, you are not going to get anything. So here I will, if I take 0, you are going to get an error anyway. Anyway, we are going to get what, error. Reason is what, compulsory some what we can say, step should be there. If there is no step, which values I have to print? There will be, if you are not having any step value, if you are taking step value as 0, how the sequence of numbers are going to be generated? So it is not possible. So one point you have to observe is what, compulsory third argument, that is what, step value should not be 0. If it is 0, we are going to get what, an error. Okay, right. Now let us see all the cases what we have seen till now. What happens if we take negative values? Okay, right. So let us take one example for this one. So first I will take 21. As we know that whenever we are going to take negative values, compulsory here, in this way we should have. So what happens here? This is treated as start, this is treated as end. Then what happens? I will draw one diagram here. So if you are going to consider 1 to, for example, range of 1 to 10, That means what? It is in ascending order. Okay, that means it will take the values, sequence of values 1, 2, 3, and so on up to 9. Okay, in the same way, up to 9, why here end minus 1 or stop minus 1, up to it will take only 9, 1 to 9. Now if I am going to take minus values, then if I take minus 1 to comma 21, it is not going to take up to this one. So whatever we should take means range of minus 21, negative numbers, minus 21 to minus 1. Then means here what happens? This is, it becomes what? Start, and here it becomes what? Stop. Stop means what? If, what we have to take? Minus 1. So minus 1 gives you what? Minus 2. So it will print what? From minus 21 to minus 2. Let us see this example. Already I have printed, I think. So see, up to minus 21 to minus 2. If you are going to take, let us consider here minus 1 and here minus 21. So it is not possible for negative numbers to take in this range. Okay. So we are having some formula how the values are going to be generated. I will explain that formula also for you. That means, see here. 1 minute. Okay. See here. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on 9. How 1 is going to be generated? How 2 is going to be generated? How 3 is going to be generated, and so on up to 9. For each and every element, how it is going to be generated, I am going to show you the formula. So that here if you write from minus 120, sorry, minus 1 to minus 21, it is not giving any values. So you can understand after seeing that formula. Okay. So before going to see that formula, let us discuss some more points and let us see some examples regarding to this range. Next point we have to understand is what? Range returns a immutable sequence. Immutable means what? We cannot change. So here what is 1 to 10? Can I change the range? If I take 1 to 1, can I change these values? It is not possible. I will try to change these values now. For example, so here what are the values I'm going to take? 1 to, let us take a small range here. Let us take 1 to 6. That means it is going to print up to 1 to 5 only. Okay. So here I will try to change the value of, otherwise I will print. Okay. So I am going to take in another way. Now see here, I am going to take some r equal to range of, I am going to take 10, for example. That means in r is which type here? R is, let us see what is the type of r here. So type of r is what? Range type. Now I want to see what are the elements that are present in r. So we can take, as we have seen in our for loop, but now I want to show you immutability. So that means if I want to change, if I want to print r of 1, for example, r of 1, so we are going to get which value? 1 value, because 0 to 9 values are going to be taken. So r of 1 means what? It is going to give me 1. If I take r of 0, it is going to give me 0, because we have taken the values from 0 to 9. Now I am trying to change the value at r of 3 equal to some 25. Now what happens? Range object does not support item assignment. That means what? Range is what? Immutable. Range is what? Immutable. Right. Now this is one example we can see our range is what? Immutable. Now if you are trying to write, if you try to change the value of the range, we are going to get what? An error, type error. Okay. Right. Now I will show you some other examples regarding to this one. Okay. Right. So now I will show you the formula. Directly I will show you the formula. Okay. Now see. Here we have to understand this formula compulsory. Reason is you should understand how the values of how the values in range is going to be generated sequentially. So here if you observe, I will write on small formula here. So r of n, that means what? Here some index, it is some index where it is going to give you what? Start. How it is going to be generated? Some step into n. So I will explain with an examples this formula so that you can get a clarity. So it is for both positive and negative values. Okay. So now I am going to consider one sequence and I am going to generate the values. Okay. So one small example I will consider, that is what I will take the range from 1 to 5. This example I am going to consider. Now I want to show you, let us see what is the output of this program now. So it is going to give you what from 1 to 5. So I will take the example, that is what 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 okay, 5 up to 5. So here what is the index of this one? 0 1 2 3 4. Let us see whether we are going to have the negative indexes or not for this range. Okay, so for R I'm going to take, so R of I'm going to take some negative index. So as we have seen in previous what we can say list and some other data types, we are having, it is possible to take negative indexes. But here what happens? Here it is going to give you what? 1 minute. It is telling name error. Okay, I am going to take some R here. Okay, R equal to, I am going to take within the range of I will take up to 6. Okay, no problem. So if I print R, we are going to get the values from 1 to 5. So here I want to see what is the value of -1. Okay, no problem. The reason is what? Any sequence, if you are going to have indexes, that indexes will be what? Positive indexes will be there, negative indexes will be there. There is no problem. But why here we are going to get an error is, reason is what? R is not defined because we have executed some program in between. So up to here it is going to take. Okay, up to here R is closed. Here from here it is a new session is started. So that we are going to get what? R is not seen here. So once I have created R, we can access it by using the negative indexes also, no problem. Now I want to see this one. That means what? Here we are having negative indexes also, no problem. Some -1. We are not bothering about these things now. -4 and -5. Now the concept is, I want to know how this one is generated, how this one is generated, how 2 is generated, and how 3 and 4 and 5. Now I will show you. So here for this, what is the start? What will be the start? For example, R of start is 1 and end is what? 6. So that I am going to get this sequence of elements. So to generate R of 0, that means what? R of 0 is nothing but what? 1. How 1 is generated? So start is what? 1 plus step is what? By default step will be what? 1. What is the value I need at index 0? 0 means what? This is 0. So now what is the value we are going to get? 1 plus 1 into 0. That means I am going to get value 1. So that this one is printed here. Now I am going to take some other value. I want to generate this one, index 3. Okay. So what is the start? 1. What is the step? 1. What is the value I want to take? 3. Okay. So that equal to what? This is 3 plus 1, 4. So we got 4 in this value. So as these are the sequence of numbers, you may think that we will get these values. I will take some other values. Okay, here I am going to erase this one and I will take some other values. Okay, in new I will take. So just remember the formula. The formula is important. So what is that? R of n equal to start plus step into n. This is the formula. Okay, I'm going to take some other values like some R. You can also take any value, no problem. Just I'm taking R. So R of, I will take some 10 to 16 or 10 to, you can take any value. Otherwise I will take from 12 to 16. Okay, 12 to 16 means it is going to give me what? 12, 13, 14 and 15 it is going to give. What are the indexes? 0, 1, 2, 3. How this value is going to be generated? Let us see. So start is what? So start is 12 plus, I am talking about index 0. So step is what? By default it is 1. Next into, what is the n value here? N is nothing but index. What is the index I want? 0. So that means we are going to get the value is what? 12 plus 1 into 0. 1 into 0 becomes what? 0 and this is what? 12. In the same way all numbers are going to be generated. Just I will change this one. Just I am going to write what? Step as 2. If I write step as 2, what are the values we are going to get? 12 and 14. So I will change this step and I will execute this one now. So after changing, I have to get these two values. One is what? 0 index and in one first index. So I'm going to consider start value is what? Start value is 12. Okay. Next, I'm going to find out the value at 0th location first. So next one is what? Step is what? 2. So 2 into index is what? 0. Then it is going to give me what? 12. That means what? R of 0 equal to 12 I am going to get. So no problem. I want to find this one. That is what? R of 1. That equal to start is what? 12 plus step is what? 2 into what is the index I require? 1. So we are going to get what? 12 plus 2. So we are going to get 14. In this way, 14 is going to be generated. Okay, right. Now, in before example, I have shown you some negative values. So there you have, we are not getting any sequence. Okay, in one case, I am not getting any sequence. Let us see why it is going to be happen. So if you understand this formula, you will get clarity. So here that what is the formula? Start plus step into n. Okay, now here where n value can be n value greater than or equal to 0 and here r of n less than stop, first thing, then it is what? Positive step. You have to understand this one. It will be positive step. If you are going to have where n greater than or equal to 0 and r of n, sorry, r of this is less than, this is r of n greater than stop, we are going for negative. We are going for negative step. Okay, that means you have to observe here. Whenever n value greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, that means index value is greater than or equal to 0, and whatever the value that is generated is less than stop means, that means we are going to positive step. That means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is positive step. If stop value is, if stop value is r of n value is greater than whatever the value that is generated is greater than the stop value, that means what? Negative. I will consider this example now. So for example, r of minus 1 comma minus minus 21 comma this one, or I will take small values, let us take minus 6. Okay, here what happens? Answer is minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2. Okay, up to here only. Now how we can say this negative step? So it will consider this formula. So that is what I am going to perform this one. So start is what? I will find out this value. Indexes are what? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I want to find this value now. So start is what in this? Minus 6. So minus 6 plus step is what? 1. By default it is 1. And which index I want? 2. Second index into 2. So what we are going to get? Minus 6 plus 2, that equal to minus 4. So we got this minus 4. Now compare this one. Okay, compare this value with stop. So minus 4 is greater than minus 1. Okay, that means in the form of what? I'm going to talk in the form of sequences, not in the form of numbers. So here it is positive. So we can say what? It is negative step. Okay, so these are the formulas. In this way we are going to you just remember this point. Okay, just remember this point. That is what, if you want to generate any value of any particular index, we have to follow start plus step into n. Okay, so one more example I will tell you. That is here, if I want to, generally what happens here? Print statement, sorry, print function. Generally, it is after printing every value. It is going to take what? After printing every value. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, right. So after printing every value, it is going to new line. How it is going to new line? By default, after every print statement, it will go to new line. Okay, but I don't want to print the sequence of the range of numbers in the different lines. I want to print within the same line. Okay, listen carefully. Just I am going to use one more option called as end. We will see these things later, but just I want to show you that. I want by, if you are going to write in this way, that means what? After printing this I value, that means what? First it is going to print what? 1. That line should be ended with the space. Generally, if you are not going to write this end, what happens? The line is going to be ended with slash n. But I am telling what? The line has to be ended with this is what? Space. Now what happens? First it is going to print 1. After that, that line is not going to end it with slash n. the line is going to end with what? Space. That means what? After printing 1, we are going to get space. Next in for loop, what happens? We are going to use 2. That means what? After 1, after space, we are going to get 2. Again, space is going to be added, and so on up to 5 values. So see, you can observe. So, but in normal cases, we are going to get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I want to print in a single line, then I have to, then I can go for what? End equal to space. So if you want to print any symbol, we can print. I saw in between the numbers, I want a dash. Okay. Next, what happens? If I print this one, in between the numbers, I am going to get what? Some symbol. It may be any symbol. Okay. Right. So this is about range data type. So here some important points you have to observe are what? So range is used to represent. Generally, why we are going for range? It is used to represent a sequence of values, and it is what? It is a immutable. It is what? Immutable. So by using a range function, I can generate a range type. See here, range of 10. R is which type? So if I print R, what happens? Just it is going to tell me what? Range of 0 to 10. If I am going to check type of R, it is going to tell the type of R is what? Range type. So to make a type called as range, I have to use a function called as range function. So in range function, how many arguments are there? We are going to have 3 arguments. First argument is what? Start. Next one is stop, and third one is what? Step. So here 2 arguments are not compulsory. Those are optional. Those are what? Start and what we can say. After start, we are going to get stop. Start and step are not compulsory. Those are optional. If you are going to write only one argument inside a range, that is nothing but a stop value. Okay, already we have seen all the examples for that. So here it is what? Immutable. So our range is what? Immutable. That means once you are going to create any any range of values, we cannot change the value. Already we have seen that. So see, once again I'm going to show you. R of 2 equal to, I'm trying to change, equal to some 10. What happens? It is going to give you what? Does not support item assignment. Okay, just the purpose of range is what? To generate a list of a sequence of elements. So this is about a range. Now I'm going to discuss about set data type. Okay, right. Now first one we have completed what? Range data type we have completed. Now we are going to see about set. So till now what we have seen, an ordered, everything is an ordered. But now here I want to talk about a set where if you want a group of unordered, that means here we are not going to follow any order. An unordered collection of elements or objects, collection of elements. So whenever if you want to store a group of elements without having any order, then we have to go for which data type? Set data type. Okay, here every set element is unique. Very important point. Second rule is what? First rule is what? It is an unordered collection. Here order will not be there. Next, second one is what? Here duplicates are not allowed. Very important point. Duplicates are not allowed. So we have seen what? Duplicates are allowed in your tuple and list. But in the case of set, what happens? Duplicates are not allowed. And we can say first point can also be said as what? Unordered collection means what? We can also say it as a insertion order is not preserved. Insertion order is not preserved. That means what? If you are going to insert 1 and next if you are going to insert 2, we cannot say that 1 will be printed first and second will be printed second. Okay, we cannot say. Okay, so insertion order is not preserved. We will see with examples. And very important point here, and must be immutable. Very important point. Here there will be a small confusion between immutability and mutability. Here I will tell you, and immutable. Okay, but in the same way I'm going to talk what? It is what? Immutable. That means what? Cannot be changed. But set is, I will not confuse you. I will remove this statement. Whenever I am going to show you an example, then I will make what is meant by immutability and mutability regarding to our set. Next point, third point is what? Heterogeneous elements are allowed. Heterogeneous means what? Not only single type. Heterogeneous. Okay, elements are allowed. Elements are allowed. Okay, right. This is the third point you have to observe. Because heterogeneous elements are allowed means what? You can store int type, you can store any type, float type, complex type, any type. Next, indexing and sliding, very important point here. Indexing, we have seen what? Whenever we are having a group of elements, that means what? In the list, in the tuple, and we can say in our sequence, range. What happens? We have used the concept of indexing. Now here, indexing and sequencing, slicing and slicing are not applicable. That means what? We cannot use this one. Are not applicable. Okay, very important point. We will see examples for this one. Right. Next point is elements will not be inserted in order. Already we have seen what? Okay, we have seen that insertion order is not preserved. So if you want to create an array, we have to use flower brackets, open bracket and closed brackets. Okay, right. Now I want to show you examples for each and every statement here. So first statement is what? Unordered collection of elements. Let us see whether it is having order or not. So just I am going to take one small example of a set. So just s equal to, I want to take some values. It may be any value. I want to take some string here, and next I can take some floating point number. For example, I will take three values. See, first value is what here? 10. Second value is what? Some string. Third value is some float. So if I want to print s, what it is going to give me? 10, 15.6 Shiva. That means whatever the order I have given to this s, is it going to store in the same way? No. So that means what? It is going to store in some different way. That means what? Order is not preserved. Insertion order is not preserved. Whatever the order you have given, it is not going to be stored in the same way. So we can say what? Insertion order is not preserved, and we can also say it is going to a set is an unordered collection. It is not an ordered. Okay. Next, second point is what? Duplicates are not allowed. Okay, let us try here by placing a duplicates. So s equal to 10 comma 20 comma 10 I am taking. Okay, enter. So what happens here? Duplicates are not allowed here. We will not get any error. Remember one point, that you may think that I told you duplicates are not allowed. That means what? Duplicate value cannot be seen there, but it will take duplicate values, but it will not print the duplicate values. So how it is going to be done means, so see, first 10 will be stored, next 10 will be stored, and when other 10 is going to be, before going to store this 10 value into set, it will check with all the elements. If already the element is present in the set, it will not store into that set. So we can say what? Duplicates are not allowed. So I will show you one more example so that you will get a clarity on this one. So 25, I'm going to take Shiva, and here I'm going to take some 15.36 and 10 plus 20j. Okay, and next I want to take duplicate, that is Shiva, and next here I am going to take one more value with capital S. So when comparing, these two are not duplicates. Okay, let us see what happens. So if I print S, what happens? So order is not preserved, as we know that, so that it is going to give in an unordered way. But here you have to observe what? Two Shivas are not there. So small Shiva and this is these two are called as duplicates. So only one Shiva is going to print it. This is not a duplicate. Reason is what? It is in capital S. Okay. So second point is cleared. That is what? Duplicates are not allowed. So one point you have to observe is what? Here we will not get any error. But if you try to store a duplicate value inside a set, the duplicate value will not be stored. That's it. Okay. Next, as we have seen here, heterogeneous objects are allowed also, no problem. So one more thing I want to show you. Inside a set, I can also store some other type. Let us take some list values. It is also one type. It is also one type. So we are going to get what? Unhashable type. So in a set, we cannot store what? List. So what is the reasons of this one? We will see when we go in detail about our set concept. and we are using some what we can say methods and all those things, we will see why we are getting here type error. Next point is what we can increase, sorry, indexing and slicing not applicable. So why here indexing and slicing is not applicable? Let us see here. Okay, here we have to get this one. Okay, so that let us see, it has to be there because list is also one, what we can say, list is also one type, it has to be generated. Why it is not going to? Okay, right, let us take this one. It has to take this one, but why it is not taking means okay, we will see, no problem. I think list is not possible because here group of elements are okay. Let us see this one later. Now I want to tell you one more point, that is what increase, sorry, indexing and slicing not applicable. Let us take one value in S. That means what? S, I want to print S. What are the elements? Already here S is taken, so the elements are this one. Now I want to take, let us consider, I want to print this one. According to you, what is the index of this one according to you? Okay, otherwise take this one. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5. According to the values what I have given to this set, I am having how many values? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Indexes are from 0 to 5. If I want to take this value or this value, index is what? 2. If I try to take 2, listen carefully, if I try to take 2, generally internally what it is going to store? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. For example, it is correct, but is it the same way the values are going to be stored? It is unordered. I cannot say what is the value in S of 2. Okay, then if you try S of 2, what happens? Set object is not subscriptable. That means what? We don't know which value is going to be stored at index 2. So if you are trying to, but here it is match, but if I am going for what, this is a 10 plus 20j, let us take. So 10 plus 20j, where I am going to store? 0 1 2 3, third location, but where it is stored? First location, 0th location. So if I try to access S of 4, what is the reason why I am accessing S of 4? I want a complex type, but where it is stored? Generally in first location. That means what? Indexing is not possible here. Reason is what? You don't know a particular location where your values are going to be stored. So indexing is not allowed. If indexing is not allowed, automatically what happens? Slicing also not possible. Let us take 1 2 2 or some values. So it is what? Here also we can consider what? Object is not subscriptable. The slice operator is also not possible. Now the important point we have to see is what? Increasing and decreasing the size of a set. So one thing I told you what? I have to discuss about both mutability and immutability with this set. So first one is what? I want to talk about immutability regarding to your set. Immutable, and I want to talk about mutability with your set. So these 2 points should be understood by you. Okay, so first I will talk about immutability. So what is meant by immutability? Okay, if you are going to take a list, first I will show you the list, then you can understand what is meant by immutability regarding to our set. So 10 20 30. So see here, so here L of, for example, I am going to take L of 0 equal to 40. I want to take. Now I am going to print L. Now what happens here? The element at this location, at the 0th location, is going to be changed. That means what? It is called as mutability, which can be changed. Now I am going to take one set where it contains some values like 10 20 30 and 40, for example. Now I will try to change this one. So S of 0 equal to, I want to change it as a 50, for example. Okay, let us take it 0, no problem. It is a 0, I think, no problem. Rest. S of 0 equal to 50. What happened? Set object does not support item assignment. That means what? Once if you are going to store any values inside a set, those values cannot be changed. Reason is what? You can understand reason. Reason is if you are trying to change S of 0 content, according to you, S of 0 is what? According to you 10, but according to internally how it stores, I don't know how it is going to be stored. Let us see how it stores. So what? First value is 0, next value is 10, next value is 40, next value is 20. So here what happens means, here assignment is not possible once we have created a set values. So you have to understand this one. Now this is called as immutability. Once if you are going to create a group of elements inside a set, then that each and every individual value cannot be changed. So here we can say what? Immutable. Okay. Now I want to show mutability. Mutability where when I am going to consider size, I'm talking about what size? When I'm going to talk the size of a set, it can be increased, it can be changed. So I'm based on the when I'm going to talk about the size, I can talk about what? Mutable. The size can be changed, but the value cannot be changed. When I'm talking about values, set is what? Immutable. Set is what? Immutable. When I'm talking about the size of the set, it is what? Mutable. The size can be changed. Now see here, what is the size of the set? 4. Now I want to add some more elements. For example, s dot add of, let us take my name Shiva. So what happens if it is going to add the element to this set? That means what? The size of your set is going to be increased. The size can be changed. Then I can say what? Your set is what? Mutable. So what? It has taken. Let us see. So what? 0, 4. You may think that what? Sir, why it has taken here Shiva? No, it may be take anywhere. So there is no order, but just it has taken in this position. Okay. Right. If I am going to take one more element, I will show you. So if I am going to take one more element, Ram, for example. So it is going to take. But where Ram is inserted, it is not last location. It may insert in any location. Reason is what? Our set is not a sequence. It is not an ordered. That means what? If you insert a Ram in the last, but it is also inserted, it may be in any location. Reason is what? Set is not an ordered. It is an unordered. Okay. So here we have to observe two things that regarding immutability and mutability. When we can say set as immutable, when we are talking about values of a set. The values of a set cannot be changed. When you are going to talk about mutability, whenever we are talking about size, that means what? Size can be increased or decreased. So let us remove one value from this one. Let us try. So I want to remove 40, for example. Okay. Right. Now what happens? Yes. So 40 is removed. That means what? I can decrease the size of our set also. Okay. This is about what we can say. We can also have the concept of update is also there. So I will show you. Okay. I will show you now. So remove can be done. And if we want to update any value, for example, update. So I want to update Ram. 1 minute. Okay. Ram as Rama I want to update. So let us take it in a set. One minute. Okay. Now see what happens here. Ram and Rama are taken. That means if you want to what we can say, we can pass any sequence of numbers like the list set. Already we have seen this one. So update means what? Whenever you are going for, okay, here we have got the same error, so that I have taken here. Right. Here you can observe. So if I try to take list, what happens? If I try to take list, we are going to get a type error. So to take a sequence of elements, I have to go for what? Update. So if you are using update, we can take a sequence of elements. So if I take list also now, let us see what happens. I want to take a list 10, 20, 30, for example. Okay. So it is taking. Now see here 10, 20, 30 I have taken, but already in here what happened? 10 is there. So 10 will not be taken once again. Okay. 20 is there. 20 will not be taken once again, but 30 is not there in the set. So 30 is taken. So if you want to take a sequence of elements into our set, compulsory we have to use what? What we can say? Update. Okay. Right. This is about. So here there is no concept of replace. I thought. I think I said you some replace concept here. There is no concept of replacement. Reason is what? Is it possible to replace some element? If you're trying to change the element, we are going to get what? We are going to get an error. Already we have seen here. If you try to replace, if you are trying to replace 10, what happens? We are going to get type error. Update is not for a replacement. It is used for what? to insert a sequence of elements. Sequence of elements are nothing but what? It may be list, it may be table, it may be any string also. Okay. So string can also be, okay, string already here taken. If you want to take any group of elements, it may be list or it may be tuple or it may be any set also. Right. This is about update. Now lastly, I want to show you one more thing, that is if I want to take an empty set. So see here, you can consider what s equal to empty set is nothing but what? Without any elements. So if I print s, what happens? It is going to print something which is having no. You will think what? So s is a, you will think s is a set which is having no elements. But let us see what is the type of this set. Sorry, type of s. You are going to get what? It is a dict. That means what? If you are going to take empty flower brackets open and close, it is not a set, it is not going to act as a empty set, it is going to act as an empty dictionary. We will see about dict later. So it is about what? Empty dictionary. Now sir, if I want to create what can I say, empty set, what I have to do? Just I have to use a function called as set. So now see s1, sorry, I want to show you type of s1. So you are going to get what? Class set. So s1 is what? Empty set. So in this way we have to make an empty set. But if you are going to write open brackets and closed brackets, we are not going to get any it is going to treat as a what? Dictionary, empty dictionary, but not empty set. Right. This is about a set. So these points are very important to understand. So first one is what? Unordered collection of elements. That means what? Here insertion order is not preserved. That means whatever the values you are going to give in one order may not be same after storing into your set. Next, duplicates are not allowed. If you try to insert a duplicate, we will not get any error. But if already that element is present in the set, it will not be stored. Next, heterogeneous elements are allowed. Heterogeneous elements are nothing but what? It may be any type. It may be integer type, float type, string type, complex type, or any type. Next, indexing and slicing are not allowed. We have seen that. So to represent a set, we are going to use what? Flower brackets. Okay. Right. Now we are also having what? Some other functions like update we have seen. Sir, mutable. Okay, let us see some doubts here. Sir, mutable and immutable can't be stored. We can store tuple inside but not list. Okay, we will see that one. Okay. Right. Now let us see about what we can say frozen set. Just a small difference between set and frozen set is there. That is, it has our frozen set is having all the properties same as your set, except that it is immutable. Hence we cannot use add or remove. That here we have seen. Here we have seen what? Mutable. Size can be increased. But if you are going to take frozen means what? It cannot be changed. Okay. So automatically the values are immutable. Here also values are immutable in set. In the same way, values are immutable in frozen set. But here the size cannot be increased in frozen set. That means once the size is created with this set, the size cannot be increased or decreased. Okay. Now see. Right now, what is the one only point that is the difference between our set and frozen set is immutable. So sizes cannot be changed. Size cannot be changed. Let us try by creating this frozen set, and later we will see how the size cannot be changed here. So I'm going to take one frozen set. So here, if you want to take a frozen set, just we have to use a method called as frozen set. Frozen set of, I am going to take a set inside these parameters. So some 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now S is going to be frozen set. Okay. Right. Now I will try to change the size of this one. Okay. So how to change this one? Let us take this S dot add. I want to add one more element into my S, that is 40. If I try to do this one, what happens? So it is showing that we are not having any add. Why it is not having any add? Reason is what? We cannot add to that one. So we cannot add by using add. So S dot remove. So in this way also we may not perform this one. So here also no attribute called as remove. So let us try with update. S dot update. So let us update with some value. Let us take 10. So it is also not having any attribute called as update. So that means what is the main difference here? Only a small difference is there between set and frozen set. That is what? Frozen set is immutable. That means once you have, if you are going to create any frozen set, the size of that set cannot be, that frozen set cannot be changed. Okay. But in set, what happens? The size can be changed, but the values are immutable. That means what? Once if you are going to create any value, that values cannot be changed. Okay. That means indexing and slicing is not possible. Okay. Right. In next session, we will see different types of remaining data types. Those are nothing but what? Dictionary and none. We will see in next session.